This is Hannibal here from the HannibalTV.com, and we're in for a treat here tonight. UFC pioneer, former WCW wrestler Tank Abbott is going to review a classic matchup between Ken Patera and Andre the Giant. So let's get into it, sir. What do you know about these two before we get into the match?
The guy on the left is a very big man. And the other guy got nice hair and nice outfit on. And that's.
You should have done a perm like that in UFC.
I would have done. I think you pay homage to Andre.
What's your prediction? You don't know the finish of this. Who do you think's going to win?
Oh, Andre, of course. He was the eighth one of the world.
Well, let's get into it. I'll take Ken to be the devil's advocate here. Who do you think's announcing?
Do not know.
Vodka lemonade, sir. Would you ever stall in your pro wrestling matches, or would you just jump right into it?
I jumped right into it because I didn't know what I was doing. And so I was always having conversations with myself about slowing down because I was always going wide open super fast. And everybody's like, whoa, take it easy. And it took me a while to digest it.
How did you like taking chops, as we see some chops here from Andre?
Oh, I can't even imagine. That big guy, just if he wants you, he can crush you. Look at him.
Did you ever hear the story about Andre allegedly taking a crap on Bad News Allen?
I have not heard that story.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty deadly.
It does.
So many patterns, so many levels, all the way from the giant on down.
Yeah. Tag, someone from Ohio is watching your review. Is it your last fight there?
What's that? I used to have blue underwear like Andre's, yeah. I was all drunk and I took all my clothes off and got in the ring and didn't want to.
I didn't say that next
And I said, come on, I'll fight anybody here. And no one wanted to fight me.
Do you think Andre was a bully?
I don't know. You know, he's 7 foot, man. Look how agile he is. Yeah, but he is a giant. My God.
Who would have won between you and Andre in a shoe fight?
I'm seeing about beating on this guy and hitting maybe that big head he is. He looks like a buffalo right there.
And I'd be big, but Andre would beat you.
Uh-oh.
What?
She doesn't even want to show her face.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hi. Yes, Andre would beat me.
Andre,
Andre was my favorite.
fuck Andre. Fuck that guy. Said I paid money for someone to take a dive that just on the Mark Hall train.
Wade wants to know if you had a drinking buddy in your wrestling days.
Yeah. When I I used to party with Mean Gene Okerlund all the time.
Were you saddened to hear of his passing?
What was it? What?
When Mean Gene died, were you
Oh,
sad?
absolutely. Mean Gene, me and him clinked a lot of glasses on the road in a lot of different places.
Phil wants to know you versus Chuck Norris. Why did it never happen in the octagon?
Because it wasn't a movie and it wasn't all fake. It was real.
You still think Andre is going to win? I don't know. Patera seems to be getting the upper hand here.
Yeah, well, that's the way it looks. With that faith in the giant.
Go Andre!
See?
Andre the Giant's biggest fan over here.
Look at that crushing.
I had a life-size Andre the Giant poster in my brother's closet for when we were growing up. He was my absolute favorite. My grandmother introduced us to wrestling, and the first time I watched it, they were bleeding, and I remember I stuck my head into the chair and I cried my eyes out because they were bleeding. It was way back in the day when they would, like in the 70s, I'd say, early 70s.
Wow.
Late 60s, early 70s, maybe? Yeah, on TV. We'd watch it and they bleed.
Is that a shoot front face lock tag?
Yeah. Well, I can't see this guy on the other side.
Did you ever roll with Scott Steiner? There's a fan that wants to know.
No, I never did.
Any Mean Gene drinking stories? Yes, Donnie.
No, he was always kind of a low profile kind of guy. So Gino was just fun to rap with, but he never lost composure of himself.
How long will you typically hold somebody in a rest hold like this? If you were wrestling, were you into long rest holds, or were your matches generally fairly quick?
Oh no, it would go a whole match. I didn't bother trying to get work for a pin, so it would always be 7 minutes, 3 2 2. I can't remember. Isn't that awful? I can't remember the times, but it went the whole distance. And so, see, look at Andre's coming back.
Yeah. Are you happy over there, Sally? Andre's starting to make a comeback.
I knew it would. Come on, Jay!
They
Giant, that's why.
They both kind of have like the afro look going on.
Excuse me, I had an afro going on when I was a kid.
What was your wildest haircut, Tank?
I guess when I let my hair grow out long, that's all.
Who would win between you and Jerry Flynn from WCW? Do you remember Jerry Flynn?
Yeah, he was a good guy. I don't think it really. Jerry Flynn would have much dispute about fighting. He was more of a wrestling character than that, a real fighter.
Did you ever refuse to lose to anybody as we watch Andre throwing some kicks here?
I'll get that unbelievable. Up, go, Ken. Andre. I want to see how much you realize.
Did you ever wrestle Ming?
I certainly did, I believe. Yes, I did, yeah.
Can you tell by being in a wrestling match with someone if a guy is tough or not? even though it's a work.
I don't know how to answer that because everyone I wrestled with felt lesser than I did. So it's the way it's true.
I have noticed when I used to wrestle, when I would chop MMA fighters and stuff, they wouldn't really think anything of it, but pro wrestlers can only take like a couple of chops.
Right.
Uh-oh. What the hell? We just got ripped off.
Oh, come on.
That fucking Patera.
Andre said he pulled my hair, he ripped my lip.
Look how big that guy is.
Oh my God.
You have someone on here that says they wish WCW. Andre wins. Andre won, fans. What would you rate that match out of 10?
A 7.
7 from Sally.
The best.
I'd say I'd give it a 7.5.
7.5.
Yeah.
Would you say Glacier was a real martial artist? Oh, there's his buddy Mean Gene now. Yeah. You got along well with him. Oh yeah. What's with the background music in this? Yeah. What was your greatest pro wrestling match, Tank? Like, what would you say was your greatest?
I don't have a match that I remember. Maybe Sid, the wrestling match with Sid.
What about with like
You
never did any of the Nitro Girls, right? Even though your wife's here.
No, but I don't tell lies. No, I never did.
No, but he's told me stories of other things like on the road, like women, silly things. But yeah, no, he's like, I don't know if he's not calling you back and telling you that you're on here, believe me.
What was Mean Gene's drink of choice?
Man, I don't really remember.
David remembers his own shit.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
It's like, I'm not here to remember everybody else's shit.
I want to say something like a
that is so funny.
martini or something like that.
Someone is requesting if you could review the Andre versus Hulk Hogan WrestleMania.
If I knew how to turn it on, I could watch anything I want.
You can review these things.
All right. I'm going to make one more review. I'm stopping this one, guys. He's going to review Andre versus Hulk Hogan next. So he'll be back in shortly.